Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the OCE Open Series, day one of league play. Yummy Cheese Man at the end of the desk, and in the middle sits Courier Lord, who will be joining me more personally when we get into game. However, the most important thing of today, well, second most important thing of today is this game. Darksided and Jam Gaming, with two members previously from Jam Gaming, now on Darksided.
Yep.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just thinking, is anyone from Darksided previously, you know, like as in gone to the other side of the pitch? They haven't.
Bango.
Bango was on Jam,
Okay, all right. Well, there we go.
which is now Darksided.
So the switcheroo has happened, right?
Yeah.
We've got like old rivals.
Except Bango was
old
never on
friends.
Darksided.
They're not really our rivals. So Bango was put to sub. He had to go to high school. He'd gone to RLCS, came back and had to take a break. And he got to watch Express and Shady take his position and go for his dream. And now he's back. He's trying to get back to RLCS. He's trying to prove himself. And he's brought two amazing new players in.
Yeah. And I feel like a broken record, but in the qualifier, Bango had a fantastic showing. And I personally don't think we gave him enough credit because it was just all this talk about the rookies and the new people coming into the teams. And then we kind of miss Bango because we're like, we kind of expect that of him.
Well, he had a big return, and that was huge for him, considering how much time he had off. But we did talk a lot about Walcott and Decker because they were working so well around him as a team.
Yeah, and Bango was already quite famous for his time, for having an amazing offensive plays, for doing those great dribbles. So I think we did focus more on the new guys, so they're not as well known.
What do we think of Walcott, though, especially in the qualifying performance? Because I didn't think he stood out as much as he did maybe on Conspiracy Esports.
He was probably the best player in my mind, not because of what he did. Bango had the best performance, I guess. But Walcott just fit in so well. He completely changed his play style. And that was what afforded Decker and Bango to be that offensive play.
Yeah, and I think it is a case of as well, when you put him on the Conspiracy roster and see that he's a standout player and then move him onto the Jam roster, which is of a much higher caliber, you're not going to get that nice, easy, he's definitely the best player on the team.
I guess that's what made Decker look so good as well. I mean, Decker had a star performance as well in my mind. I think all three players of previously Hihi Smile, now Jam Gaming, to me, are standout and stellar.
They kind of picked up Decker as well as a bit of a surprise
Yeah.
pick. No one expected Decker. There were a lot of good free agents available that everyone had been tried and true, but they picked up Decker because they just had him sub for one day, and he synergized so well, and that's what we saw last week in the qualifiers as well.
He has to be special, right? You had the whole retirement home to pick from, and you ended up going with the new kid.
But that's the thought. You're like, hey, what if we can train someone up who has heaps of potential? There's been so many teams that have done it in this OCE Open Series already, and then the Jam Gaming roster, they're like, let's use Decker, and it's worked out. It has definitely worked out, and I think it fits in well with this, I guess, composition. But against Darksided now, after how they just played, I'm still a little bit worried.
I mean, he does have that 1 goal average, but I think it's Darksided. It's probably going to drop a fair bit. I'm pretty confident the Darkside's going to walk away with a very happy smile on their face.
Well, if Darksided play the same way they did against Tainted, very controlling, forcing the opponents to make mistakes and preventing them from getting any goals, it is going to be very difficult, but they do have the advantage of the Bango factor of just being able to set up some crazy plays, go for some big goals, and potentially score that way.
Well, Bango going against his old friends. How do you think he'll fare up against Darksided?
Earlier in the day, I probably would have made this a little bit closer, but considering Darksided's performance, I'm going to give it to them 3-0.
I reckon...
Look at me like,
I gave Darksided the advantage last time against Tainted Minds. I came into this expecting Tainted Minds to probably be coming out in a better spot than Jam at the moment. So if Darksided can 3-0 Tainted, they're probably going to 3-0 Jam. So
3-0 confirmed. I believe I said Darksided in this, and I know I did, actually, now confirming it. Darksided, for me, just surprised the heck out of me, and I think Jam Gaming is potentially a weaker opponent than Tainted Minds. Different styles, I know, but I just don't think they're at the level of an international team like Tainted Minds. So we have to question how they go up against a team like Darksided, who absolutely kicked ass.
Yeah, Darksided, obviously very strong, and for me, he as well, very unpredictable on how they'll go. So, hell, they could easily cause the upset and just go nuts.
Yeah, he smiles.
Absolutely horrible. We're about to jump into the very last series of today, and series of 3. I think this format is kind of building on me, or it's making me happier than a kind of a best of 3. We get to see all 3, and we get to see who really needs the games. And Darksided taking Jam Gaming on. A big welcome back to Jam Gaming for coming back into the OCEC.
Yeah, welcome back, Jam Gaming. Bango, especially. Hope you did well in school now that you're part of the key rosters that will be pushing for that big prize money and showboating for the OCE.
Well, Jam Gaming in the past, well, the old Jam Gaming, been very strong, and now the new Jam Gaming it just confuses me. They're going to have to make a name for themselves as well. Shady, he's just been bumped out, and Express rotates back, and we always said that shutting them out is going to be the big thing here, and Jam Gaming, if they're forced on the defense, who knows what could happen.
Yeah, it's a hard place to be against the Darksided roster. Last season, they were a very counter-attack and then choke you out kind of team. And then when you tried to make a big play, they'd punish you for it and steal that goal. It seems like their style hasn't changed too far from the style of last year.
That's right. Good save by Decker there. Dumbo, centered, off the backboard, denied away. And again, Darksided pushing up like they did against Tainted Minds. Jam Gaming holding strong for now. Have to be careful who they pass it to. Express hanging back a little bit and is just going to send it out to that right-hand side. Shady over to Express, looking for the dunk. Dumbo now. Misses the ball. Okay. Shady up to Express. The touch. Not there just yet. Feeling out your opponent. That's a very important part of Rocket League. Seeing what game 1 holds. Shady coming through, missing the ball, and Jam Gaming having a couple opportunities to strike, but you see Dumbo rotating back and forth career, Express as well. And Darksided really on the communication front. I feel like they've never been stronger.
Oh, they are on fire. They spent the first minute just living in Jam Gaming's half, and eventually Jam got a big clear. They had no opportunities to make something of it. No meaningful shots came out of Jam, and now we're back in their side of the pitch with Darksided. Again, very comfortable.
Shady over to Dumbo. Back centered. Shots there from Bango again.
Express does have that rear post, though, so nothing bad should happen in the next 10 to 15 seconds unless he walks himself into the goal, but
or not.
in time, Dumbo.
Career almost, we almost got sent backwards there. Dumbo getting the clear out means Darksided survive, and Shady off this wall will meet with a terrible fate. As soon as they take the mask off, Darksided ready to pump the ball up again. Shady missing the touch, and this is not what we saw against Tainted Minds, because they were hitting every touch, they were hitting every shot, and putting the pressure on. There we go. Shady for number 1.
Shady, the sniper of 2017, living up to his namesake, did in the first goal up against Jam Gaming. They eventually have to buckle to the pressure. You can't give them 1 minute of assault and then let them get the clear and then come back and assault their base again and take away that goal.
You see Bango even came flying through the air to give a kiss over to Shady, and unfortunately it was a little bit too late to distract him. A minute. 2 minutes, actually. Here we go, Bango missing the ball. Oh, no, it was actually just a clear coming through.
Shady taking another one. This one a lot easier. Walcott getting intercepted by Shady. Winning those 50-50s is something that these pro players need to learn how to manage well.
That's what happens when you focus on kissing rather than Rocket League. 2 goals to Darksided, and game 1 looking as successful as we had expected. 2 minutes 10. Jam Gaming are still putting up a fight, but Darksided now really pushing forward, and you can see that momentum has just started to shift and really go at least 90 towards Darksided.
Yeah, Bango taking a moment to really take in his positioning, with Darksided now sitting up again in front of their side of the pitch. Hopefully Jam can do something a little bit more than push it into the corner.
Express now, right wing, dribbling with the ball, gets the demolition. That's going to be great for Darksided, the center. Waiting for it to come through, and it actually just comes off Shady, but Shady hasn't been hitting the ball that great so far in game number 1. Expected more out of you, son. Shady. Over now to Express. Bango cheats him out. Walcott. There's an opportunity, but Dumbo will just play around this corner, and Darksided are now back on the defensive, but immediately they get the clear. And, you know, I like to talk about counterattacks career, because that's what the old Jam Gaming were known for. And now Darksided feel like they're doing it again.
Yeah, Darksided have kind of adapted on the old play style they had when they were the Jam roster. And it's working well for them. That 2-0 lead up against the new Jam Gaming.
Darksided, the setups there for Shady. The third one, it makes it look so easy.
Yeah, slowly pulling them apart. It's all good and well to have the backboard defense, but if your teammates aren't fast enough off the ground, you're going to get punished.
So Darksided in game number 1 have a strong showing, and Korea, this could be our first team that starts with a 6-0. I know I said this with we win. I know I was going to say it with Tainted Minds, but right now could be Darksided because Jam aren't able to do anything about this roster right now, and being so aggressive, Dumbo looks for the explosion, but will not find it. 40 seconds remaining in game number 1. Probably going to go over to Darksided.
And it must be really good for Darksided knowing that you're coming up against Jam, one of the key contenders, one of the holders of the gate for getting all the way into that top 3. And if they can get that 6-0, that'll pretty much guarantee that they're going to run into the gauntlet at the barest minimum.
You're literally Gandalf. That's what you'll be. The gatekeeper of all sorts. 15 seconds. I know that just ruined your lore so much. But Darksided in game number 1, 4 points. They'll be leading the charge. They want to make sure they can get all 6. Korea, like you said, it's going to be very, very difficult for Jam Gaming to come back. That ball will hit the ground eventually. Just let it drop. As it does, as the frustrations come to a crushing halt, Darksided looking pretty good.
Yeah, very confident. Coming off that win as well. I'm unsurprised to see them doing this well. Tainted Minds somewhat equivalent to the Jam roster in terms of potential.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I guess you have Bango who originally, went to RLCS, but you have someone who has been at school who hasn't been really in the scene for a while. Decker, Walcott as well, rising stars, and Walcott more so, a little bit more seasoned now.
Yeah.
But then you have the international elite in some of these guys as well. Like, it's incredible to see that like Tainted Minds lost out to this Darksided mob who didn't get to go to RLCS in season 4, more of the season 3. And it's like, okay, there's more international experience here. And on the side of Jam Gaming, yes, they may be equal to Tainted Minds, but really, are we going to expect that much from them?
From Jam Gaming, I don't think we're going to expect more than what Tainted Minds delivered. I mean, they have a bit of an can I say that word right? Once today, they have a team that could pretty much do anything.
You and me both.
Because both Bango and Walcott are players that can play very aggressively and do very showy plays. Bango famous for his dribbles. Walcott single-handedly on Conspiracy last season just ran through and managed to break through 2-3-man defenses. So if players were able to do it, these are the players you kind of want, or stylistically. Yep. But I think Darkside's defense is just too strong. Express, he's terrifying. And we've seen Shady 8 shots. Well, what are you going to do?
I guess the fans both share and don't share that love with 50-50 in the polls. And I'll tell you what, if you ran Parliament with those numbers, you just wouldn't do it. You just wouldn't do it again. And Darksided now, immediately off the bat, Express.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, just left with a goal career.
It was a great pass as well.
Well, okay. It was a great start from Express. It was a great pass from someone on Jam Gaming, but the first goal, nonetheless, goes to Darksided, and that is a very strong start. And Shady, look at this. He's gotten past 3 members. He'll hit it off the corner, but Decker has to get it the heck out of there before Express touches it. Full tank of gas in his boot. Boot means trunk in American. Bango. The touch. Very nice flick. It needs to be finished off, and it does not get touched in by Walcott. Jam Gaming have another opportunity. Decker gets bumped out of the way, bullied around. Bit of a ruffle tussle there. Bango onto Express, easily saved. And Jam Gaming had an opportunity, but because they didn't find it, they're still in a very, very bad position. Demolition onto Shady. Decker on the defense. Darksided still pushing up career, and Express with the setup looking very nice and still holding all the cards in this game too.
Walcott getting the all-important clear there. Jam Gaming's entire roster bled of boost as they were pushing forward. Now, because of it, they have an opportunity to breathe and hope that they can get another one of those great dribble plays that eventually leads to a goal.
But I mean, what in this game equivalates to a Band-Aid career, because Jam Gaming are just struggling, and still, that could have been an opportunity. Not cleared away. Jam Gaming have a little bit of time on their hands. But now Dumbo just picked up some boost. Shady's able to drop the ball down. Decker doesn't gain control of the ball, and Walcott tries to use the angle of the wall. Express now. There's the shot. Dumbo saves it. Fitting in very nicely to this roster, you have to say. I mean, by game 5, you're definitely going to say it. Express over to the side of Dumbo. Passed back. Hit back by Walcott. Nice center. There we go. Touched. Bango misses it. God, it's getting really, really hard to watch when Jam Gaming gets so close, and Darksided just managed to hold on.
Yeah, and they weren't even baited out as well. As there was that miscommunication around the goals, Darksided stayed put, waiting for the offense to come forward, and were quiet and confident.
Shady now. Over back. Dumbo. Angled right, but Bango will clear it away. Darksided pushing back up to the left wing of the field. Shady with the angle hits Deco, and it's still in front of net, but taken away by Walcott, and Jam Gaming just trying to get it up the field. Unfortunately, Darksided still holding all that control, and this could be an opening as a great pass back, but Express angles it to the left corner. Not done yet. Ball hanging around this midfield. Sent back up. Darksided with huge amounts of clear. Ball getting centered across. Darksided have an opportunity to try and get another goal and really cement game 2, but right now, Jam are holding on. 2 minutes left remaining.
Yeah, Walcott trying to get his teammates some breathing room as they're forced to pick up pads, unable to get the full 100. They're now back on defense, so hopefully for them, it's enough to hold out.
Well, a cool Hunji would start things off, especially for Jam Gaming. Shady now. The follow through. Denied. Decker will follow with this ball. Actually passes it across, and really nice angle, but unfortunately Jam Gaming aren't able to follow through. And I feel like I'm saying unfortunately a lot for Jam Gaming is that they're getting these 1-2 passes, but the third just doesn't exist in this playbook.
Well, whenever they go for that challenge against Darksided, they may win it, but the ball ends up in a situation where the other Darksided members are ready, waiting, and take control.
Walcott outplays and outmaneuvers, and Shady, great save on the defender of Darksided, but Jam Gaming, a lot of potential there. Inside of Walcott. Ball comes down. Passed around, a minute 10. Dumbo hit back, and Jam Gaming still have possession, but immediately lose it as Shady comes through and interrupts any kind of progression that was about to be made by Jam Gaming. A minute remaining on your clock there. Darksided still holding the lead. Shady around this corner. Express is now going to commit to the ball, and still wasting Jam Gaming's time. That's what they want to do, because Darksided don't really seem to commit to this next goal. They're just going to keep pushing it up, keep making a nuisance of themselves and getting in Jam Gaming's head. Never mind. Express with the angle.
What a banger as well. And the placement too doesn't go for the sneaky shot, trying to take the left side of the pitch. Puts it right out from underneath the rear post. Some serious pacing on it, that 122.
Great. This is what we've come to expect now from Darksided, and their setup plays are part of the reason that they really beat Tainted Minds. 2-0, 40 seconds remaining. Express going to chill around this corner. Just get it the heck out of there. Ball hit up by Bango. Walcott following through. Actually, Bango ended up committing to that one again. Decker off the corner. Almost sent it in. Nice save from Express. Decker again. Away from the corner. Jam Gaming. A lot of potential in this roster. But unfortunately against Darksided, it feels like they've been outclassed. And they will not be sitting pretty, really. Jam Gaming only having one series this week, and already series has been taken by Darksided. They're only eligible for one more point.
And that'd be a bad place to start off. 0-3 at the beginning of the first week, especially considering you're going in as we're going to be one of the top 4. And you walk away going, we're 0-3.
They only have one series, though. And I think it's tomorrow when they come in and when they play those 2 series, that'll be a good understanding of where Jam Gaming fit, because right now they're versing most arguably the hardest team, or the team that's in the best form.
Yeah, definitely one of the top 3, undebatably.
Yeah.
So if you can't go up against them, it's gonna be hard, because Chiefs, nothing to sniff at. International experience, even when Chiefs are not on their A game, they're still pretty solid.
Still
You have
like
to be
they're
on
there.
yours.
Yeah, that's right. So I am a little bit concerned for Jam Gaming, but again, I'm not, because it's Darksided, and Darksided is really cleaning house. They're 5-0. 5-0. They're 5-0. They have one more game to be 6-0, and that would be the best start for them in league play.
Yeah, even if they lose this, they take first place.
Yeah.
Which is the pressure is now off for them. They've got guaranteed first place going into tomorrow. And then for Jam, all the pressure is on because they can't afford to be 0-3. Like, you don't want to be like, we're the bottom of the ladder and we're fighting every week to climb back. You want to be sitting there comfortably knowing that even if we lose this, we can always make it.
That's right, and it's a maximum for these players. It's 6 points a day as well, and every single day is going to define our teams, and especially at the end of league play day 1, Darksided want to be defined as 6-0. Yes, 5-1 is comfortable, but 6-0, that is a very, very sexy time. Jam Gaming, can they fix this? Can they get themselves a point? We'll find out in game number 3.
They're starting out strong with a more aggressive stance, but we're seeing the dark side defense is just indestructible.
Shady now, left wing, Express, tangles a little bit and hits the shot.
He's been terrifying all day. Express is a mechanical monster, and that's one of the hard things about versing Darksided. You go up against them, it's like, who are we worried about shooting? Well, Shady was known as the sniper for an entire season, taking pretty much any angle and making it happen. Express, again, mechanically one of the greatest players in the region, can shoot from anywhere. And then Dumbo as well, on one of the most aggressive teams at the time.
Oh, I tell you what, as well, again, Walcott. Not even again, but that was great. I think, honestly, expectations were not seeing that shot to miss, or Darksided to miss the defense, and that is a really good start for Jam Gaming.
Well, if you may not have expected them to miss that situation, but it's important that Walcott was there to capitalize on the opportunity.
Now Darksided, 1-1. Not as comfortable in game number 3, I dare say. But I have said that before, ladies and gentlemen. Mark my words. Dumbo off this right wing. Walcott centers the ball. No one there to receive. Come on, Bango. He retreats back. Shady now. Hit a very interesting angle, but Decker looking to dribble the ball. Pops it over to Walcott. It's a good center. Decker to finish. Close call for Jam Gaming, but they're really pushing it to the limit in game number 3. 4 minutes remaining. Here comes Walcott. Off the backboard. It's untouched. It's unmonitored. It is literally a dangerous place for Darksided right now because Jam Gaming, they might be switching on.
Yeah, Walcott was ready there, trying to get the backboard defense for the inevitable clear from Darksided. Seems to have been enough, and it's now to Dumbo to try to get it out of his half.
Shady dribbling the ball past goal. Walcott, he's going back. Other side of the field. Shady just having a good time. Dumbo now takes the ball out of the palms of Jam Gaming. Walcott over to Decker. Great center. A little bit too fast on that ball. Now Walcott has to recover it out of the corner, but here comes Decker, and the ball is hit up right in front of that net, and the goal square it is now out of, and Decker hits it back, looking for that center, and you can see that Jam Gaming, the passes are quite high level, but you just cannot see the response, the shot, the setup to continue from Jam.
We did see the demo come out from Darksided, allowing them to get the opportunity, but Jam Gaming pushing it right back, even though they're down 2-3 in players.
Game 3, 1-1. Jam Gaming holding strong, really denying the clears away from Darksided. Bango hits the roof, hits down. Deck is here as well. The angle works out. But Jam Gaming now still pushing forward. It's getting very, very dangerous in here. The shot hits the backboard, looking for the double touch. Not enough boost from Walcott, unfortunately. But Deck is here to recover. Defense, Dumbo does a flip, not sure why. I think he was landing there. Now Bango going to get it away. But Dumbo playing so well in this series today. Dumbo reaches up, hits the roof, coming down off the backboard. The setup's there. Express almost finding the mark. 2 minutes remaining career, and it is pretty close in this game number 3. But so far, so good for Jam Gaming. They've held out, which is much more different than the other 2 games. And there it is, the setup for Darksided.
Yeah, slotting one in. Jam Gaming had been pushing them pretty close to the edge, but unable to crack the nut. But if you give Darksided the opportunity, their pass plays and their shots are terrifying. Top left of the bins.
150. And this has been a pretty compelling series from Darksided. I say again that these guys are so much closer to leading 6-0. Great touch by Express. Actually takes around the ball. Express leaves the ball. And there is the shot. Going to be saved away by Express. 1 minute 30 remaining. Shady over to Dumbo. Hits the roof. Going in. And it lands.
Jam Gaming pushing forward that far cost them so much boost when it came to getting back into the position where they could actually stop Dombo, who got a beautiful shot to secure that 3-1 lead.
Darksided now are back in the position of comfort, and what looked like Jam Gaming having a big impact in Game 3 has turned into a bit of a wubba fluffer.
Technical term.
I guess. I was looking for a German word and I just couldn't find it. Express. It's another nice setup from Darksided.
Yeah, closing out this game, Jam had a much better start, but Darksided running away with it and securing, very likely, that 6-0 top of the ladder.
I tell you what, Rogi would be very happy, Korea. All the Darksided boys would be very happy with the start of league play. 5-1, no. 6-0, yes, says Darksided, and they are so far ahead right now. It is going to take a miracle from Jam Gaming to come back in this third game.
And for Dumbo's sake, I don't think he could handle it.
Why, because of his heart, or?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Minute remaining.
Stolen dreams.
Dumbo. Not anymore, maybe. This is it. Express. Here we go. Walcott knocks it in.
2 goals down. It is doable. 51 seconds left on the clock. Never counted out when it's only a 2-goal deficit.
Actually, the best goal you can get. Like, surprise party is the best. 50 seconds remaining. Will Jam Gaming get a point, or will those balloons be in vain? Will we have to start deflating? Walcott says. Bango's there. The shot saved away by Shady. That could have been it. Shady. Interesting pass forward. Actually, a beautiful pass forward. Really gets that tempo up on Dumbo. Express is here. Second touch by Bango. 30 seconds remaining. Demo. Oh, that hurts. Internally, externally, wherever you want to call it. Jam Gaming 2 goals behind, and that demolition could have been it. 20 seconds, counting down the clock, and I think this is it. I think we see Darksided with a perfect score in league play day number 1. Express, you sneaky little snake, centers the ball. 10 seconds. Express again. 5 seconds remaining. Want to see this highlight goal. The center, not going to follow through. Express is still going to be happy at the end of the day, though. Goal almost helped out by Darksided, but this is our first 6-0 team.
And not only is it a 6-0 team, it's 6-0 against Tainted Minds and Jam, some of the most powerful teams in the regions, organizations that have gone international. So they are some solid teams to get 3-0s against.
Darksided are going to be so happy with that. I mean, there weren't that many shots from Darksided at that time, but 4 out of 4 going in. I think that's a very impressive record. And 6-0, what a great start for Darksided.
And they kept control the entire way through. And we saw a few mistakes coming out from Darksided, but they weren't, critical mistakes or anything like that. The fun fact is that Jam Gaming got 1 goal over that entire series. In the first 2 games, they didn't get any goals. They only had 7 shots in total over those 2 games, and that's normally what you get in one.
Yep.
It was just Darksided able to control the midfield so well and prevent anything that Jam Gaming were trying to do. And
then when they got greedy, then they got punished.
They got punished
so
by that
hard.
1 goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
2 goals.
I'm still very confident in Darksided, like going up against, tomorrow when we see them take to the pitch once again, when we see next week. Like, I'm very confident that Darksided may be our, first or second place team at this rate.
I think you have to say that is going to be the case, and that's going to give Jam Gaming a bit of a calm peace of mind. They know that was a really difficult match to play, and going into further, that they still have plenty of opportunity to make it to the top.
Well, I think that Darksided definitely surprised me today, but then again, the second thought goes, well, they've got some pretty darn good players. Yami, speaking of good players, this is the time when I trust in you to give me a fat MVP.
Well, the MVP of today, I think everyone would be in agreement here on this desk. None of you would disagree. There was only one player who, at the end, didn't lose a single game, got all the goals, and that would be Darksided Express. I almost said Jam Gaming Express. Darksided Express, the MVP of Throwdown, day number 1. He had a huge day, so many goals, so many assists, and surprisingly, an awful lot of saves as well.
Yeah, going back to his old habits of great defense as well as the mechanical prowess to take the wins.
Yeah, speaking of old habits, that striking percentage way up there. His ability to hit that open net, well, not open net, but hit it in that perfect spot
felt
that
like it was
is
open.
open.
For him, it's open.
That's what we wanted to see him carry over from 2017 into 2018, where he has the opportunity to be a top player again.
Very strong start for Express, and that's why he's our MVP. However, after day one, let's have a look at where everyone is sitting on the leaderboard. Darksided, however, this is a great start, but we win when we can. 5-1. That's great for a qualifying team.
Yeah, they're chasing their tails, and a great pickup for Orgs going through this season as well. Not currently with anybody and coming second on the ladder.
Yeah, they're the team that I'm expecting to really rise up. A few falters from Jam Gaming and Simple Physics, but they're going to have another 3 full days tomorrow, next Saturday, and next Sunday to make that run back and to try and come into the top 6.
Well, no one's out. That's the main thing here. No one is out. I mean, that's the beauty of this system and this style of tournament, is that every single point matters, and we talked about the importance today of one game could be the difference, and at the moment we've seen Lovedex on 2-1. I mean, that could be really important for them, but we'll have to keep an eye out tomorrow and see who really defines himself in our league play.
And it's going to be tight. I mean, we have got some separation, but the middle of the pack is where I'm interested in, because that defines who's in that 6/7th spot, where 7th, the dream is over, 6, you can make the grueling run.
Well, even then, every single placement counts. The seeding is so important. Every single game matters to how you end up ranking, because at the end of the season, the gauntlet format means that if you come first seed, you're guaranteed top 2. It makes a huge difference at the end there.
That's exactly right. However, we'll talk about that another day, Yummy, and I'm sure we will talk another day, just not today. We are...
Shut
we
up
have
from talking.
We have just opened up the
Not about
OCE
you, Yummy.
Championship. However, on throwdownesports.com with a $25,000 US prize pool. Go and sign up now. However, for the Throwdown OCE Open Series, we'll be back with you again tomorrow from 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, Yummy Cheese Man, Career Lord, and myself, Hysterics, we'll see you tomorrow.